why the church has lost her meaning, influence, and authority in the eyes of the world. The Church of Jesus Christ lacks spiritual authority in the society because it lacks spirituality. Why our government, leaders, and the media so condescending to Christians? Why has the church lost all meaning and purpose in the world eyes? Why have young people written off Christianity as totally irrelevant to their lives? At such time, it is because, for the most part, the church is no longer a light. Christ is not ruling in our society because he does not reign in his people's lives. As looking around today, I see few Godhouse who are truly in union with Christ. There is so little fellowship with heaven. It seems that few ministers refuse worldly methods, wholly trusting God for their direction. In short, we have our high because we have lost Christ's life. In order for God's authority to have any impact, it must believe it must be lived out in yielded obedience vessel. King Nebuchadnezzar is one of the greatest emperor ever lived. But Daniel and his friends brought the kingdom of God on earth. They influenced the whole kingdom with the character of God. These men were God governing instruments because they operate in heavenly realm, even as leaders in the secular society. They live their lives in purity, refusing to have anything to do with worldly system. Instead, they shut themselves with God. They refuse to compromise worldly system, worldly pleasure. They stand. They are a guiding light to the world because they refuse to compromise. As a result, these holy men knew the time. They could tell people what God was up to at any given time. They were bright, shining light to the whole nation because they had the life of God within them. For you to be a guiding light, you must have a light of God within you. Today, there is a lot of compromise for worldly gain or material things. Very difficult to see people who live their life without compromise because we are living in the last day. Let's go to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3. I'm reading with the Living Bible. Let's see the characteristic of the last day. Chapter 3, verse 1. You may as well know this to Timothy, that in the last days it's going to be very difficult to be a Christian. For people will love only themselves and their money. They will be proud and boastful, sneering at God, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful to them, and thoroughly bad. They will be hard-headed and never give in to others. They will be constant liars and troublemakers. Will think nothing of immorality. They would be rough and cruel and snake at those who try to be good. They will betray their friends. They will be hot-headed, puffed up, and pride, and prefer good times to worship God. They will go to church, yes, but they wouldn't really believe anything they hear. Don't be taken in by people like that. They are the kind who are craftily sneak into the people's homes and make friendship with silly, sin-burdened women and teach them their new doctrine. May the Lord bless the reading of His word. These are the characteristics of the last day. People will be lover of themselves, lover of money. People cannot stand for what is right. Very difficult. People can compromise for money. They can compromise. That is why the church cannot stand. Because the church today is not look different with the world. We are not looking different with the world.